Hello, 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 my beautiful soul tribe. This is Ascend with Me Tarot. My name is Dawn. I was sitting here meditating on with Spirit, in the energy, and I heard Spirit say, "Do a Divine Feminine reading," and I was like, "Okay, Spirit." So I picked up my Goddess Oracle deck, and the very first card that came out was the presence of the Divine Feminine, right? And so I was like, "Okay, let's do a Divine Feminine reading." And I already recorded, I've been recording for at least 10 minutes, you guys, because I already have these other cards out, but my camera cut off. So we're going to start over, okay? So we have the divine presence of the divine feminine. At the center of everything, there is light, and I am that light. And then we have the goddess of discernment. I spend my time wisely. I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. And then we have the diamond-hearted Dakini. I see the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. So this is about facing our shadow self, right? In order to see the light. Spirit was saying, without the darkness, you wouldn't recognize the light. You wouldn't know light without darkness. And the darkness is what our ego kind of tries to hold us in, take us through, right? That dark night of the soul, that shadow self. But Spirit was telling me, I wish this would have recorded. We've done this by believing in the divine guidance and facing our fears, right? Facing the darkness, transmuting it into the light. By staying strong, staying brave, right? Facing our fears of insecurity, our fears of loss, our fears of not being enough. Facing, that part of ourselves that wants to put a smile on for the outside world, even though we're at times in despair or falling apart within ourselves. There's, women are the strongest beings in this world. They say the men are the strong ones, but it's the women. It's the women who have these inner battles, but no one knows about. They continue to take care of their families. They continue to put love into their environments and the things they put their energy into, right? Even though sometimes within, right, you're going through dark night of the soul. You're going through some of your darkest moments. You're going through depression. You're battling insecurity, right? But divine feminine, you've overcome through your crown chakra, through your divine connection, and through transmuting all of those insecurities, those fears, transmuting that, okay, through facing your ego self, doing your shadow work, right? Facing your fears. You're coming up powerful, divine feminine. You're coming up with the light. You are the light of the world, right? You no longer have to put on a false smile, right? You no longer have to hide what's really going on within yourself. You face it head on, okay? It says you spend your time wisely and you only say yes when it's a holy hell yes, right? You're not going to react out of fear anymore. You're not going to people please. You're not going to overgive. You're not, you're balanced, feminine. You found your balance. Your divine feminine energy is balance. It's authentic. It's the light. It's that heart chakra lit up, that enlightenment in the crown chakra. Okay, it's seeing your fears for what they are and facing them, finding the root of those fears, not letting them run rampant in your emotional body or your mental self, right? Not letting it control you into reacting or shutting down or holding yourself back from the world. Like the ego, that's what it used to do, right? Before you woke up and you started facing your fears and transmuting it into the light. Embodying the divine feminine power, okay? Yeah, you've learned how to cut your cords, right? Anytime you find that you've been holding on to something out of fear, it's time to cut it away. Spirit's saying. It says asking Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships or perceptions, okay? Freeing yourself from destructive patterns is what that's talking about. But so those are the energies that came up a while ago. But we're going to read out of the Rebel deck. I want to see what's in our what we're consciously aware of as divine feminine in the collective currently. Like, what are we consciously, as a collective of divine feminines, what are we consciously all working on or energy? Are we kind of all in? And then the next one, I want to look at the subconscious. But what is the conscious energy of my collective of Divine Feminine Spirit? Releasing allegiances, cutting cords, completion. So a lot of us are going through completions right now, okay? Whether it's relationship or fear, perception, holding ourselves back, putting on a false smile, so others don't see, well, the pain within ourselves. Like, we face that. We face the fear. We face the pain. We face the things that are no longer in alignment with us. And we have the strength and the wisdom and the divine guidance to cut our cords when we need to. That's not easy to do. But you're doing it, Divine Feminine. And Spirit saying you're right. You're doing exactly what you should be doing, okay? Releasing old allegiances. Let's read in the book. So it's a 10, which speaks of completion. So this is what we're consciously all kind of aware of and working through right now. Okay? It says, it is time to hold on to yourself and let go of another, even if just for a time. You have gained all that was meant to be from that connection, at least for now. You have given and you have received. The need to let go does not deny the value of what has been acquired. It is more that the time has come for greater productivity, creativity, abundance, and consciousness in your life. You have completed many cycles in the vibrational frequency of consciousness that you are now being asked to release. You have been in that vibrational frequency for some time now. You have earned the right to step out of that frequency, out of the habits, relationships, and the possibilities that are limited to that outmoded frequency. It is now time to expand into higher frequencies of experience that will bring enhanced love, empowerment, and peace into your life. You will take the wisdom of what you have learned and with you into something new. New connections, new relationships, new life experiences at a higher turn of the spiral of life. But first, you need to put you first. Trust that you can step into solitude for a time without being consumed by loneliness. Hey, I'm right there, you guys. Divine Feminine, I'm in my solitude for sure. And I'm not lonely. I'm healing, right? I'm healing. I'm remembering who I am without all the distractions, It is time to reconnect with yourself. We're reconnecting with ourselves during this time of solitude. And we're aware of what's going on. We're consciously aware of this, right? Perhaps you have had a period of outward orientation where your energy has been diverted away from the inner journey of self-discovery and creative self-expression and into the world of lists, schedules, and demands. Trust that you may need to step back momentarily, even from your healthy relationships and commitments, to refresh your spirit by reconnecting with your own nature in solitude. Perhaps you have been diving so deep into the creative waters that you have lost your bearings or your energetic connection to the earth, your own life, or your needs in the here and now. Either way, you need to come back to the ground of your own body. This is a time for self-love, for paying attention to yourself, for nurturing, holding, and being with you. It doesn't mean you can't love another. It just means you need to turn your attention inwards for a time, for some quality time with yourself. You will emerge renewed, refreshed, and clearer about your journey and your relationships as a result of this. This oracle is confirmation that the work you have been doing on yourself is working for you. Your level of self-love is growing, and your ability to love consciously and healthy is increasing as a result. Some connections in your life will mature along with you, and your regard and affection will deepen and blossom. It will be revealed that other relationships are no longer relevant to your life story. You will know which is which because you will feel it. You will feel it most clearly when you have some time to be with yourself in reconnection. If you have been contemplating a change in lifestyle, enrolling in a class or joining a group, starting a project, or setting aside time to focus on your inner work, then this oracle comes as a confirmation that these things would be supportive, healthy, and helpful for you. This oracle also comes with particular guidance. There's a situation that has recently arisen or will arise soon where you need to back yourself. Don't be put upon or hoodwinked into backing down by the emotional reactions of another. Stand your ground and stay aligned with what you know to be true. No matter how wonderful something seems logically or on the surface, if it doesn't feel right for you, it is not for you at this time. Perhaps that will change and it will be right for you later. Perhaps you will step away and realize with relief that you had a lucky escape from a situation that would have ended up unnecessarily costing you. Either way, backing yourself and not giving in to the opinion of another, no matter how highly you would have rated that opinion in the past, is important. It is highly likely that you are breaking with tradition, with a role model or belief system that you have outgrown. You must be there for yourself because you are doing well, you are on the right path, and you are growing. Well done, Divine Feminine. Wow. Definitely, I can resonate with that, you guys. Most definitely. I know my belief systems have been, growing and deepening and changing. My relationships, I've been healing over relationships that I thought would never end, kind of thing, I mean, it's just crazy. That's crazy. Hold on, let me take a drink of my coffee. So, let's talk about this, what we're releasing, Divine Feminine. Spirit's saying it's time to back you, though, right? We got to stand up for ourselves. Trust your feelings. Trust your instincts. Trust that divine guidance that your crown chakra is receiving. Vacuum away your fear and release the things that disturb your peace, that disturb your mental, emotional body. Choose you. Choose to be healthy and to create space for yourself to go within, to not be distracted so that you can heal and come up with your higher self, your authentic, truer self. Some of these people may come back around it later, like that you're cutting away or that you've had to cut away. And some may not. That's what Spirit was saying, right? Like some may and some may not. But you've got to be in that energy of just accepting what is and letting go of what is not. And being okay and confident, holding the light. Yeah, that's how you're going to get your Ace of Coins, beautifuls. Okay? Your Ace of Coins is coming in with your confidence, I'm hearing. Right, so being confident to stand in your own light, to stand in your own power, to vacuum away your fear, face your fear, acknowledge your fear, look at the root of those fears, whether it's an insecurity or a relationship that was causing you fear, or, a belief system, or whatever. It could be anything. Fear, look, my soon-to-be ex-husband once told me, everything either stems from love or it stems from fear. There's only love and fear in this world. So anything that is not in alignment with love is coming from a space of fear, right? So choose, right? If it's creating fear within you, then it's not in alignment. Yeah, it's not meant to be. You're not in alignment with it at that time, and that's okay. You release it. You don't continue to pour into it. You face it. You create your distance so you can get your revelation, your healing about what is the trigger of that fear. You don't continue to fight for it and sit in it and you know what I'm trying to say, like let it attack you. You create your distance, Spirit's saying. You cut your cords so that you can start the process of healing. But if you stand in it and try to continue to battle it and pour the work into it, even though you're battling your insecurities, you're battling your fears around it, right? And you're just putting on a false smile for all those around you, but secretly dying inside, okay? Like, that's not the way of it. That's not the way of it, guys. That's the old way of things, probably. But, yeah, that's not how you're going to be fertile, okay? The way to be fertile and to have this Ace of Pentacles is by cutting your cords and facing your fears, okay? Creating the distance needed from manipulative type energies, okay? so that you can tap into your own magic, your own desires, right? Not being distracted by the needs of another. That's how you're going to win. I mean, yes, we're there for each other, but honestly, I know people say, oh, you're being selfish, but it's not. Self-love is not selfish, okay? Because by you having your self-love, by you loving yourself into being healthy and having healthy energy, you're healing the planet, you're healing the collective. If we could each stand in our own power of self-love, our own magic, our own desires, our ownership of our own energies, and not say, oh, well, I feel this way because so-and-so made me feel this way. You know what I mean? Like, don't give anyone else power over how you feel. Don't let anyone else trigger you into being reactionary. Be an action taker in your life. Be an action taker over your own energy. And that starts with self-love. Strength. Self-love is strength. It's what gives you strength. And it heals not only ourselves, but the collective. That's what we've learned, okay? So we're consciously going after an Ace of Pentacles here. Let's talk about this Ace of Pentacles. I'm being drawn to this deck. Hold on. What is this Ace of Pentacles energy, Spirit, for my Divine Feminine Collective that you want to talk about? What is this Ace of Pentacles energy, please, Spirit? Trust. Or no, balance. But trusting in self, right? But balance. Yeah, balancing our heart chakras and our throat chakras. So speaking our truth. Not letting anyone coddle us, I'm hearing, into holding back our truth. Plastering on a fake smile, right? Like, be balanced in your speech and balanced in your heart. Not continuing to hold back your insecurity, your fear, and trying to stomp it down within self, and just to keep from losing a person, place, or thing, or to keep from facing a fear that you have, right? We balance it out. We face that fear. We find the root of it. We do our self-reflection. We take our time alone to gain discernment. We cut the cords, no matter how painful it may be to cut a cord. We do it anyways. That's who Divine Feminine is. You do what's necessary for the healing and the growth, for self and for this collective that we came here and incarnated with, okay? But your Ace of Pentacles is coming in through your ability to speak your truth and to balance that with your heart chakra. So integrity, right? Speaking from the heart, being conscious of the heart, and understanding that everything that you speak is from the heart. And that's what's bringing in your good luck. Being conscious of speaking your heart is what's bringing in our good luck here when we speak from the heart, Spirit saying. Wow, okay. So that's what we're consciously as a collective learning and working on. And it starts with detoxifying, finding the root of what's been affecting our heart and our sacral chakras. So your sacral chakras is your creativity, right? Your passions. It's your relationships, and you know your heart chakra, right? So the root, heart, and sacral chakra. So your foundations, detoxifying those energy, those parts of our lives where we once held back and just kept continuing to pour ourselves out into, but it was not healing for ourselves or others. It was causing more friction in our relationships, more friction in our emotional, mental bodies, more friction in our homes, because we were trying to do something in the past here by pleasing others or living up to what they expected, just to stay in connection with others, right? So we've had to detoxify those connections in order to light up our third eye and crown chakras. That's a necessary step, Spirit saying, of this path of ascension that we're on, Divine Feminine. In order to open our third eye crown chakras fully, we had to first detoxify all the distractions. Yeah, in order to move into our new direction here, the direction of an open heart chakra, okay? So we've had to be made aware of the distractions and then be able to detoxify. Yeah, so we can be open, speak our truth openly. right? Whatever these distractions have been, these toxic cycles or connections have been, they were holding us back from being open to ourselves, from being open to new direction, from being open to speaking from our heart, right? We didn't want to hurt them, or we didn't know how to speak. I don't know what I'm feeling here, but it's like holding our truth back and putting on a false smile not to hurt another, or feeling like we couldn't own our true feelings, feeling like we should feel guilty or condemned about our fears and our triggers instead of looking at them, owning them, feeling like we couldn't talk about our fears and our triggers. Some of us were in toxic relationships where anytime we tried to talk about our fear or a trigger, we were shut down or made to believe we were crazy, or you're a narcissist, or you're this, or why are you that? Like it was like you had no room to talk about these things, to work through it. So spirit had to detoxify you from those people that aren't helping you grow through your triggers, that were just trying to shut you down from speaking your truth, right? Those energies had to be removed from your path so you can go within, heal, and gain your time for self, you know. So let's see about conscious. What are we consciously aware of? What is Divine Feminine consciously aware of as far as homework? What we're working on soul-wise, our soul homework. What are we consciously as a collective? Okay, we got a few. Where am I called to use my voice right now? So we're all finding our voice, Divine Feminine. It's beautiful, right? We're getting our courage and using, we know it takes a lot of courage to use your voice after it's been dampened for so long from the people, places, and things that you've had to cut out, right? Like, we're feeling brave and courageous and empowered in the way that we're allowed to use our voices now. And so we're being asked to use our voices wisely, to use our voices in the Divine Feminine energy, to speak from the heart, whether people want to hear it or they don't want to hear it, okay? Some things you're going to speak out, Divine Feminine, that's going to be gentle and empowering for others. And sometimes you're going to speak things that they don't want to hear. Okay? But you're a vessel of the divine light. So it's about balance. And it's about, you know, having your heart chakra open and knowing when to speak what into the collective, right? But it says, where am I called to use my voice right now? You have a soul script that was written to be spoken. Your story matters, and it's time for you to share it with the world. So here's the homework. Share your story with at least one person today. Be brave and speak your truth. Your voice will be the catalyst for healing in others. Beautiful. Are you willing? So we're every day we got to ask ourselves, is this something I'm willing to accept or move forward towards or not? If it's a holy hell yes, then you do. If it's a holy hell no, then you don't, right? Have the courage to choose what you're willing or not willing to be a part of from now on, right? You don't just take energy willy-nilly and say, oh, well, they're toxic, but you know, I'm just going to ignore that toxic energy or that toxic tendency or whatever it is. I'm going to ignore it and keep my head down and hold it all in, right? Keep my truth held back so that I don't offend another. No, don't be willing to take that shit no more, I'm hearing. But anyways, what are you willing to do, or what are you willing to do for self? You are on the edge of something great. Can you feel it? Yes, there is risk, uncertainty, and imperfections ahead. Failure is certain, and vulnerability is a requirement. You must be brave and trust yourself more than ever before. You will reach the dream, but you must stretch yourself into a whole new level of belief and willingness in order to move forward with courage. Wow. Here's the homework. Be brave. Follow your heart's compass and lift the lid on your own dreams. Today's mantra, it's possible. Okay, and then we're learning how to surrender, right? Surrendering in the moment. Surrendering whatever needs to be surrendered without question, Divine Feminine. That's hard, right? Because we're such compassionate, loving, giving energies in this world, and so we want to overgive. We want to heal the world. We want to, you know, give everybody. We feel like if we can just give everybody our love, our unconditional understanding that's all anybody needs, but that's not the truth. We all have to go through the process ourselves, right? So when something comes up and you're realizing that it's no longer benefiting you, or you're no longer benefiting whatever that may be, like there's nothing but conflict or drama or toxic energy, surrender it with detachment, right? Unconditional love, but detachment, surrender. Okay, we're being taught how to surrender in the moment. Okay, moment to moment, whatever you're being called to surrender, surrender. And that's, I know it's hard. It's a process. I'm learning. I'm right here with y'all, okay? But it says, it is essential to have clear, strong intentions of what we desire. But it's equally important for us to detach from the outcome. It's time to surrender. Let the universe have some breathing room to work. Let go of the will and trust so deeply that your trust turns into gratitude for what you cannot yet see, but you know is coming. I love it. Okay, here's the soul action. Know this so deeply that your soul vibrates. You are not alone. Your life has purpose, and the more you surrender, the more God can produce miracles in your life. Here's the mantra. I surrender, I accept all that I cannot change, I release the outcome, and I joyfully trust the process. Whew, this is what this resonates for everything I've been going through and learning. Okay, Divine Feminine, I'm asking about conscious energy that we're consciously all kind of aware of and working through. So that's what we got for that, okay? Let's look at some subconscious energy. So energy that's just under the surface that we're about to, I don't know, what's coming next, basically. Spirals of manifestation. Yay, Soul Tribe, my beautiful Soul Tribe. And after the storm on the bottom, right? So literally, we're just on the precipice, okay, of a wish fulfillment. Okay, 18, spirals of manifestation. After these storms, after the releasing, after the alignments, okay, of surrendering and being trained up by Spirit to follow our divine guidance. We're moving, what's under the surface here are our manifestations, our spirals of manifestation. So we're going to be moving into awareness of these manifestations. The more that we embody this energy of the light and acceptance of surrendering the outcome and just flowing through our life, flowing through the toxic energy, you know, when we have a recognition of it, we detoxify it, we let it go, we transmute it, okay, and we just continue to flow in the big ocean of life. I'm hearing, okay. We follow, that's our direction, right? Our direction comes from the heart, but your heart is manifesting your voice, and your voice is manifesting your manifestation, right? So it says, the creative, rebellious path of love moves in spirals. It is not linear. Sometimes our mind decides that the way forward is to take clear steps from one point to the next logical point. However, there is a genius within that can guide us on an alternative route. If there is an unnecessary pothole or delay in the typical linear path of progression, and the curved loop in the path will be quicker, more fun, and more beautiful, then why not allow yourself to be guided on that path? This can happen through trust and wisdom rather than rigid adherence to what's on the surface appears to be logical progression. It's about outrageous openness, I'm hearing. You are in the midst of a spiral of manifestation. Something is coming into being, even if you think it is further away than ever before. How amazing it will seem when what you have been dreaming of falls into place. Suddenly, what you have been thinking of creating will plonk into your reality, seemingly out of nowhere, because it was just around the bend, just out of view on the spiral of manifestation, and you could not see it coming. In truth, it was coming to you all along. This oracle has a message for you. Sometimes when we feel the furthest away from what we want, we are actually closer than ever before. Just one turn on the spiral loop of creation can see your manifestation taking root in the world. You must hold true to your faith and keep working on your progress. Forget about believing it when you are seeing it. Any old soul or young soul can do that. You are a bigger, braver, more ancient soul. You have enough chutzpah to believe it's so that you can see it sooner, bigger, and brighter. Do not give in to those who tell you it should have happened already or that you have failed. They are just suffering from a lack of patience and understanding, as well as an arrogant assumption that their notion of timing is somehow superior to the greater divine timing in play in life. Be in goodwill with yourself and the universe. All is unfolding perfectly, whether you feel it right now or not. This oracle also brings a message to you about the perfect synchronicities that are taking place in your life. I love synchronicities, y'all. You may have started to notice these already. Absolutely we have, haven't we, feminines? When we live from the heart, OMG, that's what I was channeling, right? When we live from the heart, honor our creative center, and choose unlikely but lovingly rebellious ways to be in the world, we will begin to notice synchronicity every day. It is as though the universe is speaking to us intimately on all matters, which of course it is. This oracle reminds you that there is no point rushing to the bus stop. If you are way too early, you are just wasting your time. Better to live your life at a more appropriate pace and get there at the right time. You don't need the anxiety that comes from rushing towards your destiny. Try not to worry quite so much about the future. You will attract what you want and need so much more enjoyably if you relax and deal with the here and now. Remember, too, that your life path is unfolding in harmony with the paths of others. You will meet with each other for the greatest benefit when you trust in the flow of the one great creative spiral upon which the galaxy spins. Everything is ultimately in harmony with everything else. To fulfill the great big creative intent of the supreme creative force of love. You're included in that, lucky. Woo woo, divine feminine. I don't know about y'all, but I do know, like, there's signs and synchronicities every single day in my path. I feel like I'm constantly in communion with spirit, with the Most High. I mean, I'll sit there and, like, be thinking something to myself and ask for a sign and get it almost instantly sometimes. And I'm very grateful for that. We're coming out of being... It's like we're coming out of being unconsciously guided to conscious guidance, conscious relationship, right? With our higher selves, our high priestess energy, our divine feminine energy here. Okay, but we're manifesting. Spirit's like, take your time, enjoy your life, live in the present. Okay, that we're learning to slow down and take the pressure off of life, take the pressure off of expectations of how your children must look or behave, how you got to look or behave, what your house has to look like. Whether you go out to the grocery store with your hair in a messy bun or you got to be dressed to the nines, right? None of it matters, divine feminine. What really matters is the light that you're holding within yourself. You can put on all the fancy clothes, all the fancy makeup that you want, okay? But if you have no light within, if you're only doing that to cover, it's like if you're only doing that to cover up what you're feeling inside, right? That's not going to work. You can't put a Band-Aid on it. Sometimes it's better to be messy and have a messy bun as long as you're showing that bright light from within. You know, maybe you don't have time to put makeup and dress to the nines every single day or get your house looking perfect before guests come over because you're living your life and you're enjoying life, right? You're living and enjoying your life. Take the pressure off of yourself of having to live up to the world's expectations and manifest in your own power is what Spirit's teaching us. If you want to dress up and look beautiful and dress to the nines and put your makeup on because it makes you feel good and you do it for you, then do it, baby. But if you're doing it for something outside of yourself, you're just wasting your time, okay? Is what I'm hearing. Don't be offended, but that's what I'm hearing. Me personally, y'all, I throw my hair up in a bun most days. I sometimes I put makeup on, but most of the time I don't. I love just to live my life. I mean, I just love to love, right? I mean, I love, I don't know, to each his own. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, see why you do it, right? Are you doing it because you care about what the world sees in you? So it's like you're putting on this outside mask, this false persona, this false smile, for example, like we were talking about earlier, right? So that you don't have to look within, you don't have to feel what was within. Like, that's the old, I'm talking to the karmics right now. I'm not really speaking to Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine, we already learned that lesson, right? We're moving in love here. We speak from love. We act in love. We think in love. Everything's from love, a space of love, not a space of insecurity, fear anymore for us, right? We've chosen the direction of guidance here. So it's these karmic energies that I'm that are still healing, right? And I'm not judging. We've all been karmic. We've all had karmic energy. Anyways, I don't know why I went off on that little tangent. I'm sorry. Please don't be offended. I'm not trying to offend anybody. It's all about just seeing your own beauty is kind of the whole reason I went off on that tangent was like, what do you see when you look in the mirror, right? Your beauty comes from within yourself, and it stems from love and your capacity to love, your awareness of love. That's how you're going to manifest. Take your time, Spirit's saying. Okay? Love on yourself and love on those around you that are, that are safe to love, right? Like, it's always safe to love, but if there's a toxic energy, it's time to detoxify that toxic energy. Don't hold on to toxic energy. Don't keep pouring into toxic energy, right? That's important. But just see the beauty of yourself. See the beauty of all others. Even the toxic energies you've had to purge, like, there's beauty in them. There's beauty in all experience. There's beauty in everything. It's about just seeing the beauty of life. But when you look in the mirror, see yourself as beautiful, because you are, and it doesn't matter if you got a messy bun or you're dressed to the nines. Doesn't matter, okay? What truly matters is the light that you're holding within self, the love that you move in this world, that you generate through your energy in the world, the way that you use your voice and speak from your heart. Are you holding back your truth to please another so you don't trigger another? Okay, or because you're afraid of losing something. You got to ask yourself these tough questions, because Spirit's asking you. Spirit's Spirit's definitely shining a light on this stuff for us. And we're no longer, it's like the whole world is moving out of superficial energy. Yeah, so that we can have new beginnings. You have to let go of the superficial energies within self and within your life, those superficial things you've been holding on to out of fear-based energy. We have to purge it, guys. We had to. Some of us have already, and some of us are still working through it, and some of us are just starting to recognize it. Wherever you're at on the path, just understand, if it's superficial, it's got to go. It can't stay, and you still have your new beginning. So you got to make a choice, right? Me personally, I will always choose new beginnings, because I'm a soul that is expanding and growing, and I love adventure, and I love to know and learn divine mystery and truth, and that I know my soul is here for a grander reason than just it's like my soul is here for my soul, right? My soul is here for self, for my soul's wisdom and expansion, okay? Everything else is a bonus. Connections and entanglement and all those are all bonuses along the path. But that's not my mission. My mission is my soul's healing, okay? And learning how to trust in the divine realm. Learning how to trust in my own prosperity and my own capabilities, in the strength that comes as a divine soul. Look, I never noticed this. As this card of prosperity, she's like literally leaning back, and it's her heart chakra. It's all these coins, but the coins are manifesting from this light that's connecting to her heart chakra, and she's just leaning back in this energy of just releasing and being open to receiving, right? trusting in that, trusting in your soul's capabilities and self, and you're an unlimited being. That's our true life purpose. That's what we're supposed to be committed to. But we get here and we feel like we're supposed to be committed to everything and everyone else. And so we stop committing to our self-love. We stop trying to look for our dreams. And it's like we got to be a grown-up and we got to do this and we got to do that. And it's like that's the matrix, you guys. We get lost in the matrix and forget what our life purpose, what we're supposed to be committed to, which is your own soul's growth, your own divinity, your own relationship with spirit, okay? With the Most High. That's the true life purpose. But everything comes in to distract us. And so waking up is a process of shedding the distractions and coming back into the truth of your soul as a limitless being, as your own prosperity, your own capabilities, your own divine connection and wisdom. And then learning how to trust that in order to have your new beginning is what I've learned, okay? And being confident as you do it. Face your fears, right? All right, so I'm going to go Divine Feminine because I really got to go pee. I've been holding out. I've done drunk like 3 cups of coffee today. I may come back and do the next zodiac sign after this. We'll see. But I love you guys. Please like, share, or subscribe, and share your Divine Feminine story with the rest of the collective. Beautiful. Share how you resonate. Because we're not alone. But a lot of us Divine Feminine, because when we were in these toxic situations and we were afraid of triggering others and we felt like we couldn't speak our truth, like we've learned to just kind of handle things, be strong and handle things. But it feels good to share our story with one another and enlighten and empower each other. That's what we're supposed to do. So if you resonate with this reading, please leave a comment. Something, please leave in a comment of your experience and what recognition you've gained. Maybe, our tribe, we need that from one another. We're not alone, and we don't have to hold back, and we're not supposed to. We're supposed to speak, use our voices, okay? We're supposed to use our throat and our heart chakra, okay? So share your story with us, please, please, please. I love you so very much, you beautiful being of light, you beautiful Divine Feminine. Remember, at the center of everything there is light, and you are that light, and the light is love, okay? The light is love, Divine Feminine, and that's who you are, beautiful. I love you. Bye.